this episode of Off the Script Extra, we're going to go over every possible scenario and outcome for the 2017 Royal Rumble.
Fill your glasses up and put your headphones in, because it's time for Off the Script. And all you fucking goons and assholes, get in line and hit subscribe, because it's time for Off the Script. Hit the like button and share it around. You can even pull your fucking pants down, because it's time for Off the Script with JD from New York 206, because it's time for Off the Script, because it's time for Off the Script.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. Today, we're going to have some fun, man. We're going to go over every possible scenario, outcome, and winner for the 2017 Royal Rumble. This is something that I wanted to get out there before anybody else does anything like this. I think this is a great conversation piece. I think this is a great topic for the community. Just listing out everybody who you think could be, and I mean seriously could be, a potential winner for the 2017 Royal Rumble, and where they go from there to WrestleMania. That's what I wanted to do today. I got a list of people for both Raw and SmackDown, and we're going to go over everybody who I think could potentially win the Royal Rumble, who their potential opponents might be for WrestleMania, what kind of storylines that we might see going into WrestleMania. We're going to have fun with it, and I want you guys to get into the discussion as well. Use the comment section down below to pretty much air your grievances about literally anything we discuss in this video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for voting for Off the Script on WrestlingRadioAwards.com. The polling is now closed. I am waiting to hear back, and I'm waiting to get some information about where we go from here into the next round of voting. Hopefully you guys did your part in making Off the Script one of the finalists for Show of the Year on WrestlingRadioAwards.com. If I hear anything regarding that, I will definitely let you guys know on Off the Script. If you guys want to get into the PayPal Rumble, still going on, man. We got 4 weeks till the Royal Rumble, and JD and Off the Script, we're having our own Royal Rumble, man. PayPal Rumble, information down in the description below. Entry is $10. I will be randomly picking 2 winners. Royal Rumble weekend. You guys are going to get any shirt you want on my Barbershop Window online shop. It could be the JD is Negan shirt. It could be the Dana Brooke, Roman Reigns. The way things are going, I see a spike in sales coming very soon for Roman Reigns, man. But any 2 shirts on the website, you guys are going to win that, and you're going to win Funko Pop, plus some other little surprises that I got around here as well for you guys. That's the PayPal Rumble, Off the Script. Entry is $10. The link and everything you guys need is right down in the description towards the very top. Follow me on Twitter, at JD from NY206. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already, for the #1 fucking place right here in the YWC for WWE content. And if you guys missed my Monday Night Raw review and SmackDown Live review, that is live on the channel right now. Also, Out of Nowhere with Joe Cronin Show and myself will be live right here on this channel tonight. So make sure you guys grab a few cold beverages and enjoy yourselves for Out of Nowhere. We're going to be talking about the Royal Rumble. We're going to be talking about this big story with The Undertaker possibly, you know, naming himself to be an entrant in the Royal Rumble. Where does Shawn Michaels fit into all this? Alberto Del Rio apparently is pregnant. Apparently, he destroyed a nightclub in a huge fight with his brother. I don't know what the fuck is going on. We're going to talk about all the biggest happenings in the world of professional wrestling right here tonight on Out of Nowhere on my channel. Should be live around 10:45, 11 p.m.-ish tonight right here on the channel. Before we get into the video at hand, I am hearing you guys. I've been seeing it all over my Twitter. I am actually thinking about doing a live, as you guys hear in the background, a live reaction to my reaction for Okada and Omega at Wrestle Kingdom. Apparently, I've been seeing clips on Twitter. Apparently, I've been hearing you guys very vocally towards me. You gotta go out and watch it. It's the match of the fucking year. Some people saying it's the greatest match that they've ever fucking seen. So I might do a live reaction to that as I'm watching it for you guys so you can see me. We'll have a live discussion. I'm thinking about doing it. No promises. But if there is enough people that want to see it, I will certainly do it because I, in my life, have never watched one New Japan wrestling show, especially a Wrestle Kingdom show, from beginning to end. So I will only be doing the Okada versus Omega match. Obviously, I know who won because my Twitter was blowing up this morning. So if you guys want to see that, let me know, and I will certainly take it into consideration. Also, this new talk show on the WWE Network, apparently where JBL is a fucking asshole, and the WWE are a bunch of fucking assholes, treating their fans like complete garbage while Monday Night Raw should stay at 3 hours. I'm hearing you. We are going to discuss that on this weekend's Off The Script, so make sure you guys tune into that. That will be episode 151, so I just want to let you guys know, and I want to make sure you are aware. I am hearing and seeing your tweets. We'll talk about that and go over my opinion and all that shit on Out of Nowhere. Or not, I don't know. It's not on Out of Nowhere as well, but on Off The Script, okay? Now, the Royal Rumble. Let's talk about the Royal Rumble. Every possible scenario. This is the most exciting time of the WWE calendar year. This is where things really get amped up. Supposedly, they put on their best programming between January and April. The last couple of years have been not that at all. But hopefully this year things change. From what we've seen on Monday Night Raw, it looks like we're going to be in for a very long road to WrestleMania. And the one thing I want out of the Royal Rumble, the one thing that I always want out of the Royal Rumble, is for the Royal Rumble to be unpredictable. The last couple of years, WWE has left the Royal Rumble very predictable. There were a lot of individuals in the Royal Rumble that had absolutely no chance of winning it, and that really didn't lead to the element of surprise. By the end of those Rumbles, for the last couple of years, we were like, okay, we expected that. Triple H wasn't even an announced entrant in the Royal Rumble, and we all figured out that Triple H was pretty much going to win the Royal Rumble and be in the Royal Rumble. Because we all knew it was going to be Roman Reigns versus Triple H, and we all knew it was going to be Roman Reigns' coronation as the king of WWE. Let's talk about the Royal Rumble. Every year, the Royal Rumble comes around, and we always get excited. It's my favorite pay-per-view out of the SummerSlams and the WrestleManias and the Survivor Series that we see. It is my favorite pay-per-view of the WWE calendar year. And it's supposed to be the most exciting time for WWE to relay the best stories of the year. It's a time when WWE should be putting on the most exciting, best matches of the year. But the last couple of years, the WWE has, in my honest opinion, and I'm sure a lot of you guys agree with me on this, they have mistreated the Royal Rumble. They have taken the Royal Rumble for granted. They really haven't used the Royal Rumble to build up any new stars whatsoever. And they use the Royal Rumble pretty much as a predictable platform to get from point A to point B to point C. And it was a very linear road to WrestleMania. And by what we've seen on Monday Night Raw, it's going to be a very long road to WrestleMania. So, if I have one wish this year, is for the WWE to keep the Royal Rumble unpredictable. I want there to be some sense of surprise. The greatest thing about the Rumble is that element of surprise. You know? Who's going to debut? Who's going to make a return? Who's drawing what number? Who's got the best odds? Who's going to come in at number 1 and get pretty much fucked over? You know? That's what I want. That's exactly what I look forward to each and every year. There's a reason why the Royal Rumble is not only mine, but a lot of people's favorite match. It's because of all those reasons. But when WWE mistreats it, when WWE uses it for no good at all, it just ends up becoming a headache for everybody. We all end up disappointed. I mean, look at Triple H winning the Royal Rumble. He wasn't even a fucking entrant in the Royal Rumble, and we all knew he was going to win it. You can't get more predictable than that, man. You cannot get more predictable than that. Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble. We all knew Roman Reigns was going to win the Royal Rumble. You know, Batista. We all knew Batista was going to win the Royal Rumble. There was nobody in those matches that made you believe they had a shot. WWE fills the Royal Rumble with the Shining Stars and R-Truth and Goldust and the Usos. It was nothing but a big fucking battle royal with 99% fucking catering. The catering all-stars. And then Batista. And then a Triple H. And then a Roman Reigns. I mean, seriously. We all know Jimmy Uso is not going to win the Royal Rumble. We all know that fucking R-Truth is not going to win the Royal Rumble. We all know Santino Marella, even though they wanted to fucking zing you with that one and be like, oh yeah, he's not going to win it, right? We're going to show you. We're going to make you believe he can win it. Not happening, man. It is not happening. WWE, like I said, has mistreated the Royal Rumble and pretty much embarrassed themselves when it comes to, you know, the greatest concept, match-wise, that they have all year. It's of great importance. It signifies the road to WrestleMania, and the winner of this is supposed to be treated as the most important figure next to the WWE Champion. And the last couple of years, they have not felt that way. They have not felt that way. Now, WWE this year, they're going back to the Alamo Dome. They're going to be seating 70,000 people in attendance at the Royal Rumble, and they're touting this as the biggest Royal Rumble of all time. Okay. Whatever marketing scheme, whatever marketing slogan you want to use, that's fine. Just give me a fucking Royal Rumble that I can be proud of. You're not going to get better than the 1992 Royal Rumble, and I've had people ask me on Twitter, JD, we're getting close to the Royal Rumble. What do you recommend I watch to get ready for the 2017 Royal Rumble? My answer before you can even blink is the 1992 Royal Rumble. That was the most perfect Royal Rumble you will ever see. I don't give a shit what came before it. I don't care what came after it. That is the most perfect Royal Rumble of all time. And they made someone who was already a legit fucking icon, a superstar, the biggest star in the industry, winning the biggest title in the fucking industry. At number 3, lasting through 5 different WWE champions in that match, lasting through the Pipers and the War and the Hogans and the Undertakers and the Sids and the Savages, you know, and everybody in between. Ric Flair won that Royal Rumble, and when it was over, and he stood tall and cut that promo at the end, there's no way you can think otherwise. WWE hasn't even come close to predicting or producing something like that at all. And it sucks. It really sucks. For that type of match, you should be doing that year in and year out. Now, what they got this year is they got Goldberg and they got Lesnar, and they're building it around those two guys. 2 part-timers. Again, 2 part-timers. Everybody else who's been on the active roster and touring with the active roster and touring with their brand all year is already overshadowed by Brock Lesnar and a 50-year-old Bill Goldberg. So right out of the gate, WWE is telling you that, okay, we need to sell this out, and we're going to use part-time talent once again to get this match and this event over. Because they have not built up anybody on their roster, even with this brand split, that people want to see exclusively. They have not built up anybody that is going to have people go out of their way to buy a ticket for this show to see. That is an active regular on the road. And that's the truth. It's a shame that WWE has not done that. That's what the brand split was for. That's what the brand split was supposed to do. And WWE has failed. Yes, they've made superstars with the brand split. Very few and far between. The Mizes and the Zigglers and the Corbins is coming along. You know, the American Alphas. The Wyatt family seems to be reborn. You got Braun Strowman on Monday Night Raw's side. You had the Balors before he got hurt. You know? But it's not enough. And it's not really making everybody believe that the brand split should have happened in the first place. The brand split happened because WWE creatively is fucking lazy. And they could not produce 5 hours of television with one of the greatest rosters that they probably have ever seen walk through their fucking curtain. And it's a goddamn fucking shame. The brand split happened because WWE creatively was lazy. And with the Royal Rumble coming up, this is another opportunity for WWE to create a moment and to create stars. And this is an opportunity to create a new megastar if they want to. And I'm not talking about the Goldbergs, I'm not talking about the Lesnars, I'm not talking about the fucking the Rollins. I'm not talking about those types of guys. I'm talking about guys that you could honestly take from mid-card purgatory to that next level. And we're going to go over this list right now. I'm going to start with the Monday Night Raw roster, okay? Goldberg, Lesnar, Zayn, Strowman, Balor, and Jericho. Those are the 6 guys I see from Monday Night Raw with the best possible chance of winning the Royal Rumble. Those are my guys right there. JD, where's Seth Rollins? Seth Rollins is not going to win the Royal Rumble. I think the only match right now that is pretty much set in stone for WrestleMania is Triple H versus Seth Rollins. If it's not happening at the Rumble, it's not happening at Fastlane, it's going to happen at WrestleMania. So Seth Rollins is not winning the Royal Rumble. In fact, Triple H may fuck over Seth Rollins in the Royal Rumble and get him eliminated. That's the next time we might see Triple H. So these are my 6 guys. Okay? Goldberg, let's start off with him. We've seen the Roman Reigns stare down to close Monday Night Raw this past Monday. There's no doubt in my mind that Vince McMahon and Goldberg and Roman Reigns, you know? There's no doubt in my mind they collectively got a fucking hard-on looking at a 50-year-old Goldberg stare down their prized piece on Monday Night Raw. No doubt in my mind. Do I want it to happen? Of course not. Does anybody want it to happen? Fuck no. Would it be best for business? Fucking no. Roman Reigns versus Goldberg would absolutely kill everything that is on the road to WrestleMania. It's already bad enough that they killed Monday Night Raw with no man gains. You know, Monday Night Raw, the word Raw stands for Roman always wins. You do realize that, right? WWE and their incentive pushing of Roman Reigns and their fucking desperation to push Roman Reigns is driving people away from Monday Night Raw. The guy is fucking boring. The guy has no charisma. The guy has no moveset. And the guy really is not a face of the company type of guy. Maybe if people would understand the way things are working out for Roman Reigns in the last 3 years, they would be open to a heel turn for Roman Reigns. When people come to boo the fucking shit out of this guy every single week, when WWE has gone through names like Vince McMahon, Daniel Bryan, the League of Nations as a stable, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Triple H. If none of that has worked, then it's not going to work. You already gave Roman his WrestleMania moment. Enough. Enough. It's not going to work. The more you try, the more you will fail. A Goldberg match with Roman Reigns would be a complete, colossal fucking failure. There's absolutely nothing about the man who devastated WCW Nitro with the spear against the Superman punch. I don't want to see it. Or WWE spear versus spear. Who's the master of the spear? You know? Also, that would mean Roman Reigns has to win the Universal Championship. Because there's no way this match is happening without the Universal Championship being on the line. Being that Goldberg said, you know, Stephanie asked me, do I have one more title run left in me? Nobody wants to see it. Nobody wants to see Roman Reigns beat Kevin Owens. Nobody wants to see Goldberg win the Royal Rumble. No, just based on that alone, there will be backlash. Part-timer wins the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns wins the Universal Championship. You're looking at a fucking thumbs-down show for the Royal Rumble. Just based on those two aspects. Nobody wants it. That's a fucking failure waiting to happen. You thought what they did to Roman Reigns last year at WrestleMania in Dallas was bad. Wait till they get their hands on Goldberg and Roman Reigns at this year's WrestleMania. You think the fans are stupid? The fans see you continuously push and push and push and want and want and want and force and force and force Roman Reigns. One of these days, everyone's going to wake up and nobody's going to be happy. And Monday Night Raw ratings are going to be in the ones, never mind the fucking 2.7s. Roman Reigns is a fucking disease to Monday Night Raw. He himself is bringing that show down. And by what WWE Creative and Vince and Dunn and everybody else involved is doing with Roman Reigns, it's driving people away from the product. It's a fucking fact. Nobody wants to see Roman Reigns versus Jericho 16 fucking times in a span of 2 months. Nobody wants to see Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens for free on television when we're getting it at the Royal Rumble. If I didn't care about it on free television, why am I going to care about it at the fucking Royal Rumble? You think I'm watching this pay-per-view to see Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens again? Give me a fucking break. Nobody wants to see Roman Reigns tease a Shield reunion that will go nowhere with Seth Rollins. Because it's nothing without Dean Ambrose. What are you doing? Not going to work. It's not going to work. Give it up. Okay? Goldberg and Reigns. It's a possibility. I'm not putting it past WWE at all. Because at this point, I would not be surprised if we see it. You know? I'm hearing rumors that WWE's changing the card. Everything that they thought up for WrestleMania is being drastically changed. This was in Meltzer's newsletter. So Goldberg and Reigns is a huge possibility right now. And I'm not putting it past WWE. That would be one of the worst outcomes that we see in 4 weeks. Goldberg versus Lesnar. That could be for the title. Because we all know they're headed for a collision course right now is what makes sense for a WrestleMania match. Lesnar has to get his win back. Lesnar eliminating Goldberg in the Royal Rumble is not going to erase what happened at Survivor Series. Lesnar wants to fucking kill Bill Goldberg. If it's not a one-on-one match, it's not the revenge that we all are going to pay to see Lesnar do to Goldberg. So eliminating him in the Royal Rumble is not going to be, okay, I'm okay with that. You lost in 90 seconds. Blood needs to be shed. So Goldberg and Lesnar could end up happening at WrestleMania. More than likely, it will happen at WrestleMania. And it might be for the title. Who knows? WWE can weasel the Universal title on a Goldberg or a Lesnar in the span between January and April. Who knows? You know? Maybe they want to enhance that match and make it a little bit more risque or put a little bit more at stake. Who knows? Again, I wouldn't put it past WWE to put the title on Goldberg or Lesnar before WrestleMania to give the Universal title a marquee match at WrestleMania 33. It's not out of the question. So that's why it's on my list here. Goldberg versus Kevin Owens. Goldberg versus Kevin Owens, probably not going to happen at all. There's 0% chance of it, but I have to put it there, you know? I just don't see Kevin Owens walking into WrestleMania the WWE Universal Champion at all. I don't think WWE wants it, and the way their plans are looking right now, I just don't see it happening at all. So Goldberg versus Reigns is certainly a possibility. Goldberg versus Lesnar for the Universal title, also a possibility, but not more so than Roman Reigns. After what we've seen on Monday Night Raw, you know Vince McMahon is jerking his cock at the thought of Reigns and Goldberg and putting Reigns over Goldberg. So it's been rumored, it was talked about months prior before Bill Goldberg even came back to television, and now the likelihood of it happening has increased substantially, okay? Lesnar. Lesnar's also a pick for the Royal Rumble. By the way, I don't think Bill Goldberg is going to win the Royal Rumble. I don't see the sense in Bill Goldberg winning the Royal Rumble. My prediction is neither Goldberg or Lesnar is going to win the Royal Rumble. In fact, if you really want my way of booking the Royal Rumble, I'm going to tell you in the next couple of minutes. Lesnar, Goldberg, obviously those two are going to be linked. It's a possibility. I just don't see it happening. Lesnar, Owens, that was talked about in the rumors. Again, I do not see that happening. So Goldberg and Lesnar, I do not see winning the Royal Rumble. Out of both men's situations, the only one that I see could possibly happen is Roman Reigns and Goldberg. But then again, who would you put against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania? You're going to abandon all your fucking plans that actually make sense following the Survivor Series for Roman Reigns? Again, just keep it the way it was and figure out something else for Mr. Roman Reigns. Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, certainly the underdog, certainly a potential winner. I think he's got a damn good shot at winning the Royal Rumble. Now, if Sami Zayn wins the Royal Rumble, he's got 3 possible scenarios that could very well happen in San Antonio, okay? Sami Zayn could win the Royal Rumble. Kevin Owens could beat Roman Reigns. If WWE wants to get epic and they want to get creative and they want to build a story with fucking emotion and based off real life situations and these guys' 2 histories together, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens certainly fits the bill for WrestleMania 33. That means Kevin Owens would have to beat Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn would have to win the Royal Rumble for that to happen. Is it likely? Probably not. Is it the best possible situation out of everything that I'm going to mention? Probably. I just don't see it happening. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens is the best possible outcome for the Royal Rumble. Now, Sami Zayn could win the Royal Rumble and he could go against Finn Balor at WrestleMania. Balor could win the title between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. He could get the title back. He could beat Kevin Owens. And Sami Zayn, the winner of the Royal Rumble, is staring down at WrestleMania against Finn Balor. That would be a colossal matchup. The Demon's first WrestleMania, Sami Zayn in a high-profile match for the Universal title. I think that would be fantastic. It's a possible outcome, but very unlikely. Or the other situation with Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Finn Balor in a triple threat match for the WWE Universal Championship. Again, highly unlikely, but the situation is there. Owens could beat Roman Reigns. Zayn could win the Royal Rumble. Balor can make a case. Listen, I'm coming back from injury. I never lost my fucking title. I want my title shot. I'm back now, and I'm invoking my rematch that I never got at WrestleMania. And I'm coming after both of you. That could very well happen. Again, unlikely. But if WWE wants to get creative, being that they're in the creative department here, you know, and they want to make WrestleMania a little bit more epic and important for the Universal Championship because it's been treated like fucking garbage, I think that's another great way to go about it. Again, do I see it happening? No. But it is a possibility. So Zayn's 3 situations there, Owens, Balor, or a mixture of both of them. Owens and Balor in a triple threat match with Zayn. So I like Zayn's possible outcome here for the Royal Rumble. Now Strowman is very one-dimensional here, okay? Strowman has a very, very, very good chance of winning the Royal Rumble. WWE wants to create a monster, just like creating a new star in Sami Zayn elevating him to that next level, which the Royal Rumble should be a platform for. Strowman is going to use that same platform to be pretty much raised to the next level. But Strowman, you got three possible outcomes here for Strowman. Roman Reigns can beat Kevin Owens for the Universal Championship, and Strowman could win the Royal Rumble, and he could be staring down Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 33. Not very exciting, but the possibility is there. It's being talked about. It's on the plate right now as far as creative decisions and direction within WWE. The other two opportunities for Strowman and opponents for Strowman, Goldberg and Lesnar. I don't see those matches happening yet. I see definitely Strowman versus Lesnar later on in the year after Strowman has had some more seasoning and he's been built up a little bit more. I definitely see them doing that. The Beast Strowman versus Brock Lesnar. But right now, Strowman's only possible outcome here is if Roman Reigns wins the Universal Championship from Kevin Owens and wins the Royal Rumble, and we're looking at a Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman WrestleMania match for the Universal Championship. Now, Balor. Balor could be a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble. I will not put it past WWE. Balor is known to be a troll. You know, we've seen many returns in the Royal Rumble after we've heard several times that, oh, he's not coming back, he's not coming back. They're saying the same thing about Balor. He's not due back. Why would Balor need to be in the Royal Rumble? It's already going to be star-studded. Why waste a Balor appearance here if he's not going to win it? You know, just save him for a Monday Night Raw following the Rumble, or save him for the road to WrestleMania, something. So Balor right now is 50-50. Yes, he could be in it. Yes, he could have a very, very good chance of winning it because he's going to be on that revenge, looking to win the Rumble and get the title back that he never lost. But Balor could win the Royal Rumble, and he could look at Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Reigns could beat Owens, and we could have Balor win the Royal Rumble, and we could see Balor versus Reigns at WrestleMania for the Universal Championship. I wouldn't put it past WWE to do that either. Because when Roman Reigns lost to Balor on Monday Night Raw, in which he gained entry into SummerSlam's main event against Seth Rollins, you know, Roman Reigns says, you know, congratulations to Finn Balor, but this is not going to be the last time that he and I are going to share this ring together. So we could very well see Roman Reigns beat Kevin Owens for the Universal Championship. We could see Finn Balor win the Royal Rumble. And I think that's a mega match that WWE would love to capitalize on. Finn Balor, the Demon, versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 33 for the Universal Championship. Again, I would not put it past WWE to book that type of match. I think that is a marquee match that they would love to have headline any event. Never mind WrestleMania, any event. I do think we will see that later on in the year, but for WrestleMania, it is definitely a possibility. Balor versus Owens. Owens can beat Roman Reigns. Now, again, not many people are thinking right now that Owens is going to beat Roman Reigns, but Owens could beat Roman Reigns and retain the title. And he could be looking at Finn Balor at WrestleMania. How we get there, I don't know. Will it happen? I don't know, but it is a possibility. Or Balor could go against Zayn and Owens. So that could be a possibility as well. You know? So, whatever the case may be, I think that situation, Reigns and Balor, is another likely situation. Will it happen? I don't think so. Balor Owens certainly makes sense. You know? Owens and Balor, they have a history. Balor wants his title back. Owens is the champion now. You guys get the point. All right? And the other one is Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho, I do not see winning the Royal Rumble at all. I got to put him on the list because he's had a great, 2016. And obviously he is in the biggest storyline on Monday Night Raw. He is in the Royal Rumble. He will be competing with 29 other guys. Owens is the Universal Champion. We could see Kevin Owens retain the title and go one-on-one with Chris Jericho at WrestleMania 33 for the Universal Championship. I don't see that happening. I see Jericho leaving after WrestleMania to do other things that he needs to do, the music thing and whatever else he's got planned. And Owens, I just don't see as the champion going into WrestleMania. So I think this will be a match at WrestleMania. I just don't think it's going to be for the title. But it is a possibility. I got to put it on the list. Jericho Owens for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania. It is a possibility, but one that more than likely will not be taking place at WrestleMania. Now, let's move on to SmackDown. SmackDown, I don't have many people on my list as possible winners for the Royal Rumble. I got 2 part-time guys on here, and I got 1 newcomer. Okay? Now, the one I want to start off with, clearly, is The Undertaker. What is The Undertaker going to do on Monday Night Raw? Is he going to announce that he's going to be in the Royal Rumble? Is he just there to call out somebody, you know? Is the Roman Reigns rumor true? Is he going to be challenging Roman Reigns at WrestleMania? You know? Undertaker, I know why The Undertaker's there, because WWE needs a ratings boost. And they're looking at The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels to give them a shot in the arm. They're going to be the proverbial Band-Aid for Monday Night Raw. You're not going to be utilizing The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels every week to boost ratings, you know? Because storyline-wise and creatively, it doesn't make sense for The Undertaker to be on Raw. He's already pledged his allegiance to SmackDown prior to the Survivor Series. So it really doesn't make sense for him to challenge anybody on Monday Night Raw, and I hope WWE realizes that and keeps that in the back of their mind. But The Undertaker could very well come out. He doesn't need to do anything with anybody on the Raw brand. He could pretty much come out and say that, you know, reiterate the same thing he said on SmackDown and throw his name into the hat and be in the Royal Rumble and announce he's going to be in the Rumble. But what if The Undertaker is in the Royal Rumble? That certainly makes him an odds-on favorite, right? So if The Undertaker is in the Royal Rumble and wins the Royal Rumble, who is he looking at? Clearly, if The Undertaker wins, he's going to be looking at either John Cena or AJ Styles. I do not see him challenging a Kevin Owens or a Roman Reigns. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Why would The Undertaker, who pledged blue and pledged SmackDown, that SmackDown is his home, right? Why would he go after the clearly inferior Universal Championship and bypass a WWE Championship match? Doesn't make any sense to me. Just logistically and storyline-wise, it makes no sense to me. I think The Undertaker would want a John Cena, or The Undertaker would want an AJ Styles, or both. Or both. Now, The Undertaker could win the Royal Rumble. Cena could beat AJ Styles. Styles could beat Cena. However that ends up being, Undertaker's going to challenge either one of those guys at WrestleMania. That's the way I see it. Or the way I would do it. The way I would do it is I wouldn't even give it to The Undertaker. I would not give the Royal Rumble to The Undertaker. I would have whoever you want, the WWE Champion, come out of the Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber as the champion going into Mania. I would have The Undertaker win the Chamber match and become the #1 contender there. That's what I would do. That's what I would do instead of giving The Undertaker the Royal Rumble. But if The Undertaker does win the Royal Rumble, it's either Cena, Styles, or both. Or both. Because AJ Styles could beat John Cena at the Royal Rumble. We could get another match, more than likely we will, at Elimination Chamber. Styles could then ask for a rematch, because he's due a rematch per clause, and he could make it a triple threat match between The Undertaker, John Cena, and himself. So, those possible scenarios could happen. We could see Undertaker versus AJ Styles. We could see Undertaker versus John Cena. We could see Undertaker versus both in a triple threat match, which I think probably would be the best situation for everybody involved. That's just me. So that's the possible scenario for The Undertaker. Now, everybody is on this kick that Shawn Michaels is there. He's going to have something to do with the Royal Rumble. Shawn Michaels is there to pretty much promote his new Christian movie. I'm sure the WWE is going to get him involved in something, but I don't think it's going to lead to an appearance in the Royal Rumble. Now, per se, if it does lead to Shawn Michaels being in the Royal Rumble, and Shawn Michaels ends up winning the Royal Rumble by some fucking miracle, who does he go on to fight? Well, the only thing that's possible here is a match with AJ Styles. If Shawn Michaels wins the Royal Rumble, AJ Styles versus Shawn Michaels will headline WrestleMania. That's just the way I'm thinking. Or you know, it could lead to Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker one more time. You know, I've always thought about that in the back of my mind. I know it's not likely at all, but I always thought about The Undertaker being at WrestleMania for one last time. I always seen Shawn Michaels as the guy to retire The Undertaker. Coming out of retirement and retiring The Undertaker, I always seen that as some type of fantasy. You know? Maybe WWE's thinking that. Maybe Shawn Michaels is there to challenge The Undertaker at WrestleMania. I don't know. I don't know what their thinking is right now, but if Shawn Michaels is in the Royal Rumble, simply because it's in San Antonio, simply because it's in Texas, and he wins the Rumble, I only see a match with AJ Styles coming out of a Shawn Michaels Royal Rumble win. Okay? Now, I put Baron Corbin on the list. Baron Corbin is an up-and-comer. Baron Corbin is gaining momentum. Baron Corbin could win the Royal Rumble as a dark horse. Not saying that he's going to, but the possibility is there. You know, the outcome could be Baron Corbin versus John Cena at WrestleMania, if they want to entertain that thought. Now, Baron Corbin winning the Royal Rumble would only leave him with John Cena as a potential opponent. I don't think that's happening at all, but he's on the list. Got to put him there. He's a dark horse. He's got some momentum underneath him. He's been doing very well for himself. He's on the up. So you got to put him on the list as possible winners for the Royal Rumble. The Miz. Miz has had a breakout year. Comeback player of the year. You know? And he is leading the charge on SmackDown. And he's one of the reasons why SmackDown's doing so fucking great on Tuesday nights. But The Miz is not going to win the Royal Rumble. I got to put him on the list because he is one of SmackDown's brightest commodities right now. So if The Miz wins the Royal Rumble, it's either Styles or Cena. And I don't see those matches happening, especially a match with John Cena being revisited. We don't want to relive that nightmare again. So I don't see The Miz winning the Royal Rumble at all. Now, this one is an interesting choice and could happen. I definitely could see it happen. What if Samoa Joe wins the Royal Rumble? And he's the last on my list for SmackDown. What if Samoa Joe wins the Royal Rumble? Samoa Joe could go against John Cena at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. Samoa Joe could go against AJ Styles for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Samoa Joe could go against Cena and Styles both in a triple threat match at WrestleMania. I don't know. It's possible. It is certainly possible. All I know is I am predicting right now. That Samoa Joe is in the Final Four. I think the Final Four of the Royal Rumble. Now, I'm not sure if this probably won't happen, but I'm taking a guess. This is how I do it. I'm taking a guess here. Say The Undertaker's not in the Royal Rumble. If The Undertaker's in the Rumble, he's going to be in the Final Four. If The Undertaker's not in the Royal Rumble, the Final Four will be and should be Joe, Baron Corbin, Sami Zayn, and Braun Strowman. That's what you do. There's no part-timers there. There's new blood, fresh talent as the Final Four in the Royal Rumble. I think that place would absolutely explode if they saw Strowman, Zayn, Samoa Joe, and Baron Corbin in the Royal Rumble Final Four. And the Final Four is like a traditional thing. Who's going to be in the Final Four? Who's going to be in the Final Four? I think that would be a fantastic Final Four. And I think Sami Zayn, against all odds, should win the fucking Royal Rumble. I think Sami Zayn, by eliminating Braun Strowman, by some fucking weird occurrence. It doesn't, we don't see Sami Zayn fucking hoisting Strowman up and throwing him over the top. We don't see him taking him by the tights and fucking dumping him over the top rope. We don't see none of that happening. But maybe, due to something happening on the outside, maybe they can relive the 1992 scenario when, Psycho Sid and Hulk Hogan got into it on the outside, and that gave Ric Flair the win to dump fucking Sid over the top rope. Something like that. Some fucking strange occurrence. Or maybe they could pull a fucking Steve Austin in the 1997 Royal Rumble, when he snuck back in the fucking ring and eliminated everybody behind the referee's back. Something. Creatively come up with something. So Sami Zayn wins the Royal Rumble. Maybe Joe and Strowman get into it. Maybe Corbin and Strowman get into it. Maybe Corbin and Joe get into it. I don't know. All I know is Sami Zayn should win and could win the Royal Rumble. And that's going to be a magic moment. Oh, JD, I don't believe in Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's not a talent. He's a vanilla midget. He's got no charisma. He's got no character. 70,000 people getting behind Sami Zayn is a high possibility. I think everybody in that arena just being energized by the Rumble that they're going to see. If it's left to Sami Zayn against Strowman, Corbin, and Samoa Joe, I think easily people will be on Sami Zayn's side. And I don't think anybody in that arena is going to have a problem with Sami Zayn winning the Royal Rumble. That's my Final Four. That's the way I do it. Is it possible? Yes. Will it happen? No. I'm just throwing fucking ideas at you. You know? But those are my scenarios for the Royal Rumble with everybody from both brands. Ty Dillinger, I think, is going to make a debut in the Royal Rumble. I do think that he's going to come out at number 10. I think Goldberg and Lesnar will not win the Royal Rumble. Sami Zayn's got a great shot. Strowman's got a great shot. Balor, I say we don't see Balor in the Rumble. Jericho's not winning the Rumble. You know, Undertaker, we'll find out on Monday. You know, I don't see them doing it. I don't think they should do it. But, you know, it's the Undertaker. It might be his last year. They might have him go out on top. I don't know. Shawn Michaels, highly unlikely. I don't see him in the Royal Rumble. You know, you don't want to waste a fucking, you know, just a cameo appearance by Shawn Michaels in the fucking Royal Rumble. Baron Corbin, he could be the dark horse, you know. I see him having a breakout Royal Rumble. Like a Kane type Royal Rumble. By just eliminating double-digit guys, you know. That would create some fucking buzz for Baron Corbin. Miz, I don't see the Miz winning the Royal Rumble. Samoa Joe, I think he's going to have a breakout Royal Rumble. I think he's going to debut on SmackDown. And I think he's going to have a very impressive showing at the Royal Rumble. But those are my scenarios, possible situations happening with the Royal Rumble. What do you see happening at the Royal Rumble? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is definitely a great topic for discussion. And this is something I wanted to talk about before anybody else talks about. Literally, I looked at the rosters, and these are the men that I firmly believe have the best shot of winning the Royal Rumble. And it's a great topic for discussion. Let me know what you guys think down below. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. And I will be back tonight with Out of Nowhere. Hopefully I get a Lucha Underground and NXT review as well for you guys tomorrow morning. And I don't know where tonight, and then I was going to say Off the Script on Friday. So make sure you guys tune into that, episode 151. I got a ton of news all weekend long on Off the Script. Until then, I am JD. Make sure you guys check the description for everything that you guys need, and I will see you all later tonight for Out of Nowhere. Talk to you later.